feel like I'm alone. I feel like I'm unknown to the world that's full of clones. My originality's focused on principalities broken. I'm loaning my heart and soul to the game that's scared to pay it back. And failure is a motherfucker. The strength to go on and believing in another sucker.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the show. And before we get to all the normal shit, I got to get some quick shit off my chest. You see the jersey on my chest. So fuck each and every last one of you fucking doubters that hated on us all year long when we was down bad. We did what we had to do in the play-in tournament. Now we the 8th seed going into the finals, doing what we do best. 4 more to go. You see the Hemi Buckets jersey, we live and on deck. So anyway, back to our regularly scheduled program. I am the CEO of Hoochie Daddies Incorporated, the Houston chapter, Mr. GQ.
I am the leader of the Baby Mama Steelers, DJ Michael B.
And if you ain't looked at it, look down right here. You see we got Mr. DJ Prime in the building. So you know that means we got us a WWE show today. What's good, Prime?
What up? What up?
Man,
hey, you know what?
It's been a minute.
Since you started on your fuckery, let me start on mine. I just want to bring it up to you and remind you. 2 weeks ago, closing remarks on the show from me, and I went back just to see it, was, by the way, Miami Heat in 7. I called it on the money.
Hey, check the receipts. That's what we do. So, like I said, we are here for a WWE roundtable. So you already know what we got to talk about, what we got to start with. So let's talk about what they did call the Night of Champions. I'm going to call it the Night of Blunders because that's just how I felt. It was blunderous and it was confusing as hell because we over here taking titles off of people that we shouldn't be taking titles off of. That's just my opinion. So before we get to the recap of the entire show, fellas, give me your grades. Give me your grades of the pay-per-view.
I give it a C+.
I was thinking a C range as well.
All right, so we all basically said these motherfuckers got a 70. All right, so they just barely passed. I mean, C's get degrees, but in this particular instance, no. It was a C. And yes, there was some action involved, but there was too much confusion. The most obvious confusion was the fact of, we know this being the fans that we are, Night of Champions, when they've initially pushed this pay-per-view out, every title's on the line, just like it's supposed to be, right?
Yep.
Where the fuck was Austin Theory?
That's the first thing I asked last week.
How you gonna not have the U.S. title, the U.S. title of all titles? How are you not defending that title?
I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about Theory. That was
because they had everybody focused on the bloodline.
But yeah, but with Roman Reigns not defending his championship, Austin Theory should have been defending the U.S. title. Like I walked in by Jeremy because I went over there to watch it. I was like, why isn't Austin Theory defending the damn U.S. title? I don't understand.
No, they had him do some fuck ass match not too long ago on I think it was on what he's SmackDown now. I think him and Gunther switched places if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
But yeah, he had a match against, I believe it was not Shinsuke. He had a match against somebody, but that was the extent of him, quote unquote, defending his title. Of course, we didn't have the women's tag championship. That didn't happen.
And then they opted to make the change on Raw instead.
We're not gonna call that a change. That was a fucking gift. Call it what the fuck it really was. That was a fucking gift. That shit was trash.
Don't get me started on that shit.
Man, look, Prime, we talk about that shit we talk about that shit all the time, dog. Like that shit is fucking stupid.
Man, they can't keep a title off Ronda that damn long. That was gift basketed there.
They can't because she becomes irrelevant.
Oh, for sure.
She was already irrelevant because of her partner. Like, I'm sorry, she has like the worst track record of a partner there is. Like, I'm talking about go all the way back to the UFC days, and you will see this on the women's Tough Enough. She got her ass submitted. She got it submitted by Juliana Pena.
She got her ass beat.
Yeah, who beat? We already know who she beat. She beat the Lioness for that title. I'm just saying, we seen this. It happened. And what did Shayna do? Nothing. What was Ronda doing? Talking all that hot shit. Call it what it is. But let's get to this recap. So right off the rip, because we know Seth Rollins is in the middle of filming the new Captain America film, so they had to flex that match to the first match. So we had Rollins versus AJ Styles for the new World Heavyweight Championship, which we already knew it was going to be Seth. Seth deserves it. If you've been watching wrestling long enough, Seth was doing a lot of dirty work for WWE, losing a lot of matches he don't typically lose. You can't reward anybody better than that. That man did pretty much what they did for Seth, and I thought about this, is what they didn't do for Dolph Ziggler. When Ziggler was doing the damn thing, went all the way to before he went to NXT and took the title, but he was just carrying. He was carrying on Raw, putting people over, losing matches that didn't make any sense, getting in these high stakes Hell in a Cell matches, losing. Did he get a world title from that? No. But Seth was going to. But I'm glad it happened though. If anybody was going to get it, it makes sense for Seth to be the first.
Yeah,
I mean, we called it from day one when they announced that tournament.
Oh yeah,
it was either gonna be Seth or Cody. Or when they knocked off Cody in the tournament, I was like, it's definitely gonna be Seth.
Oh yeah.
But the thing that didn't make sense to me for his match, I guess, is who he fought was AJ Styles, who's on SmackDown. I thought this was supposed to be an all Raw tournament.
And I feel like Triple H didn't. He wanted to make it seem fair. Because I'm like, all right, yes, it's going to be Raw's champion, but we're going to give both brands a chance to fight for the title because we don't know what the fuck's going to happen with all the bloodline shit. We just don't. We're kind of lost in the mix, but it is what it is. We'll figure that out. But what y'all think about that match, though? Like, as far as the action, the pace, like all that.
That was a great match.
I thought it was a great match.
Yeah, that was probably the best match the whole pay-per-view, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I expected nothing less from these two professionals. Like, these are two of the best just in-ring performers that we currently have.
Yeah. Sometimes I hate that WWE doesn't use AJ Styles the way he was before. Man, where was he before? I went back.
He was an Impact at one point.
Yeah, because he was one of the top ones in Impact. Like
that was short hair. That was short hair AJ Styles.
Short hair, yeah.
But you got to think too, and I had really go look at this. AJ Styles has been wrestling since 1997.
Yep.
Yeah, go back and look at it. 1997. This man has been wrestling since AJ Styles is in his upper 40s.
Good God.
But athletically, this man is still in his like late 20s. Yeah, and Seth is 36. Yeah, Seth is like 36.
Yeah. I think him and Roman the same age.
Yeah, because Seth just had a birthday. I think the night he won the title. It was either night he won the title or the night after. Like his birthday just happened.
It was the night after the title. It was the night after he won the title.
It's so crazy to think how long when you actually sit back and think about it, how long ago it was when the Shield broke up the first time. It's so long ago now, but it seemed like it just happened. Yeah, and they've been in on the main roster now since what 2011.
Yeah,
somewhere.
No, they were on NXT. They were on NXT. They all made their NXT debuts in 2011. They made the main roster in 14. But they still weren't as big yet. Like they made that initial thing, power bombing everybody through the tables, but then they didn't really blow up till 16.
For sure.
Like that feud with Evolution is what took them way over the top. Like that was phenomenal. Like now Prime for Prime, Evolution versus Shield would have been just stupid.
Yeah.
But it was good for what it was because I'm just saying Seth and fucking Dean Ambrose at the time jumping off of fucking big ass fucking structures, and I was like, all right, bet. Because that was probably Batista's last really good run too, was during that rivalry. Because when he came back and fought Triple H again, that shit was stupid.
It was trash.
I don't know what the fuck they was trying to pull from that, but
is that the give me what I want match? Yeah, that's garbage.
That was right before what was it? Was it Raw 100 or some shit like that? Raw 1000. I'm sorry, Raw 1000.
Yeah,
when they went at it. Yeah, that's what built that whole storyline up.
I forgot what pay-per-view that was they fought at, but that was
something irrelevant.
Yeah. Only thing I remember from that match is when Church the teeth need to pull those ring out with the I was like, bro, what are we doing?
We were on a downward spiral that was so bad that it was just, I don't know, it was bad.
The PG era had a lot of bad moments.
Man, that's putting it lightly. But what I was mostly impressed about with this match, and I didn't watch it I didn't get into it as much until I really started watching between Night of Champions and Raw for that matter, is the evolution of the fucking stomp. Like initially it didn't look as impactful, but now the way they sell it, motherfuckers' faces is hitting the dirt. Like it looks like he's stomping the shit back of somebody's head. Like that shit looks beautiful. Like I'm like, bro, that is some textbook shit right there. Like It didn't look that crispy at first, bro. Like, yeah, it did. It looks like a legitimate move, and it didn't look that. It was good at first. Now it's great.
You seen like, how Omos sold it at the last
boy, and look, if Omos can sell it, anybody can sell it.
Yeah, remember he did it off the top turnbuckle to take Omos selling. He like, you gonna sell this shit?
Like, bro, you like 7 foot plus about to get curb stomped off of 6 feet away. Like, I'm just like, man, bro, like, we got some live. What's happening?
Shit. What's up?
On, Telly? So, of course, the chat is live. Shout out to the chat. As always, we appreciate you guys. But we'll move on to I don't know how to feel about this match just yet, but the Trish and Becky match, man, that shit was, they added a new layer to it. Well, we know how Braun feel about it. Like,
the fact that Trish won blew my mind because I didn't think she was going to win.
I only understand the match wouldn't have made any sense until they added this additional layer of Zoe Stark. Like, it makes sense of what they're doing because obviously with Trish being with Trish being a heel, Zoe Stark being new to the main roster. If you haven't watched NXT, I urge you to take your ass back and watch Zoe Stark. Zoe Stark was a monster on NXT. Please go back and watch it so you understand what kind of a talent they pulled up to the main roster, because Zoe Stark is definitely a very talented up and coming star for the main roster. She's going to be great for the roster. So having somebody like Trish as a mentor is really good. And first of all, the best part about that whole match was Becky with the tribute to Kill Bill outfit. That shit was fire.
That's what I said, dressed up like fucking Kill Bill and shit.
Like, I was like, they found a way to make it work, because you know how it is when you go to Saudi Arabia, the things that the women can't wear. The women have gotten real creative, because you remember when the very first match, and it had the Marine chick. Oh, I forget her name. I think she's pregnant right now. But they was rocking just like a t-shirt over their shit. Like, it looked very plain Jane.
Yeah, because
that was now like even like her, Italian, like right? Yeah. Now you've got like her and like Bianca Belair. Like, now they're really, even Asuka, like they're really figuring out what they can wear and still look the part, but not look like, oh, we're trying to cover it up because, you know, we're in Saudi Arabia and the way the rules and all this other stuff. Like, I was digging the Kill Bill. I was digging the hair. Oh, my man. Hey, trust me. Hey, I don't know how people can't get into it, man. Like, it's hard, man. Like, NXT is good.
I was one of those people that couldn't get into NXT, but I mean, I came across, you know, I'll turn it on and kind of just watch it from time to time. But I think the problem is because you're kind of watching people coming up, and it's kind of like, damn, like, do I really want to sit here and watch some people I don't know who's wrestling right now?
So it's not familiar. That's what it is. Yeah,
that's true. So, but there was a point in time in the peak of Vince McMahon's fuckery when the NXT's roster was stable, and I'm talking about Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano, Austin Theory was up and coming. Like, you still had I almost forgot. Austin Cole and all these boys, like, you had all that was the main roster of NXT. So the stories were hella compelling. The women's division was phenomenal at this time because they weren't doing any call-ups. So, like, all the stars were down there. Karrion Kross was a whole different monster on NXT than he is on the main roster. Like,
on NXT.
Listen, Karrion Kross was like on some Bray Wyatt Fiend type shit on NXT. Like, you could not fuck with this dude. Dude had one of the best. Like, his entrance was some shit from the Attitude Era. Like, his entrance was fucking fire on NXT. Like, if you go look at his original entrance, like, everything goes red. Him and Scarlett come out, like, it's fucking fire. And the way he fought, like, they built this dude kind of like not as it's black and white. It's black and white, but it was red. It was red on NXT, but they built this man up basically like Kratos. Gotcha. Like basically, like, this dude, you could not fuck with Karrion Kross. Like, you remember when Samoa Joe was coming up?
Yeah,
he was like that. Like, you could not touch this dude. Like, that's how he was. And so it killed me when they brought his ass onto the main roster and put him in that fucking BDSM mask and shit and let Jeff Hardy beat him. Oh, yeah, I got to excuse my co-host over here. She want me to turn on her little duck toy real quick. Here you go. That's what happens when you're a dad, you know what I'm saying? You gotta do the thing. So, but yeah, no, like, that was what really drew me into NXT, because you got to see Austin Theory before the ass that he is now. Like, he's not ass, but the way his character is portrayed, he's an ass. Yeah. But even watching all the shit, like, you watch like Rhea Ripley was there at one point, and she was huge on there. She was one of the top female stars there. Like, it was stupid. Of course, this is when Charlotte came down to face her and all that other shit. Like, that roster was stacked. Like, you remember when they finally did that Survivor Series, Raw, SmackDown, NXT? That NXT roster was the best NXT roster we will ever have. There was a reason why Triple H brought that roster and said, fuck it, we're going to, and I hate that we shot ourselves in the foot. That could have been a phenomenal pay-per-view for years to come.
Yeah.
Raw versus SmackDown versus NXT.
They all invaded each other's shows.
Yes, because you had that match when you had Keith Lee involved in that triple threat match like that before they fucked his whole fucking character up. Like on Impact, this man got gray hair looking like an old ass version of Raiden and shit. Like they didn't just like. I go off on a whole tangent about that, but we're gonna basically what it looks like with this Trish match, whatever, is they're gonna have 3 matches. We've had I think this is their second match now. So they're setting up something for SummerSlam now, which more than likely the reason that Lita didn't get involved because Lita was in Houston at Comic-Con.
That's right. She was.
So what it looks like now is when SummerSlam rolls around, this will probably be it's probably gonna be a tag match. Is what it probably looks like. Perfect timing, right?
Yeah.
You got a heel versus a face team, and Trish and them will be he'll probably disappear in the fucking darkness after this fucking match. But
I hope Lita disappears in the darkness.
Hey man, Lita looks bad, bro. Like Lita looks bad. I'm sorry. Lita probably should never came back because her matches do not look the same. Like they just don't. I'm sorry. Trish actually doesn't look bad in the ring.
Nah, she does.
But Lita looks like 5 steps too slow.
I mean, I think Trish is on the same page as like Jeff and Matt over there at AEW. I know you've seen the video of Jeff Hardy over the past weekend, dog. I know you've seen the video of Jeff Hardy.
Man, yeah. No, you're 100% right.
I refuse to believe this is the end of my childhood hero, bro.
Theory is just another Cena ripoff.
That might work. Yeah.
It has potential to work. Like it does. Like if they play it right. Right now, he's doing the right thing by being a heel, drawing all the heat like he's supposed to. So he's doing the right thing. I don't hate Austin Theory. If you hate him, it's because he's doing his job as a heel.
I hate that man.
Just like we all hated the Miz for the longest time, but you like the Miz is a heel. He's a
with the Miz. With the Miz, it was strictly I hated his character. I hated his character because he was a heel. With Austin Theory, I genuinely just don't like Austin Theory.
It's like they took like what he does and they took like some shit from like Tyler Breeze and put it together with all the selfies and all the shit he was doing before. And I'm like, bro,
I hated that shit. Like that was the one thing I hated when I seen him every time.
I was like, stop with the selfies and shit. Cause I was like, bro, that shit looks stupid as fuck. But generationally, think about it. Think about the audience that they're catering to. The generations behind us, that's what they do. Everything is, I just finished a fight. Let me record this hoe real quick. Like that's what the fuck they do. So they're actually doing it right from that perspective. We just don't like it because it don't make sense to us because it ain't what the fuck we do. Like we ain't trying to record this shit. We ain't trying to go to jail. That's why we ain't recording
it. I mean, I get, like you said, it makes sense. It makes sense to me too. Like,
oh yeah.
To me, if you're a great heel, you're gonna get booed all the time. I mean, Austin Theory does get booed, but they do pipe in the crowd noise. His reaction.
Oh boy, Cena ripped his ass to shreds with that shit.
I be watching, and like when heels come out, I'll be like, man, I can't stand this dude, this and that. Austin Theory come on and be like, all right, yeah, I think I'm gonna change the TV now. Like genuinely, like that's what I'm saying. Like it's not like I don't like him because I don't like his kid. It doesn't feel authentic to me. It feels just like it doesn't look real. It doesn't look real to me. He doesn't seem like a good wrestler to me.
And I mean, he's got the same 5-ish moves, whatever, give or take. I mean, the little jump through the ropes, half-ass stunner that he be doing. I was like, I mean, but it's no different than like looking at like Seth and Finn. They both use a sling blade.
I mean, John Cena had the same 5 moves for a long time.
We're all very sick and tired of the fucking super kick. Like days of using 15 fucking super kicks in a match, bro. I'm like,
the Usos have overdone it.
Did you see the video from the AEW match? Moxley with the sparkling fucking one.
Yes,
he got kicked. So Moxley got kicked in the face, and it did some fireworks shit. Like it was like a sparkling.
Yeah, the dude has like pyro on his shoes.
You see, he almost caught his leg on fire too.
Dude, super kicked Moxley, and he damn near missed the kick. First of all, because he kicked him like right here on the part of his head. So he kicked up, and like some shit just go. I was like, what?
And then you see that motherfucker tapping his leg because
that's worse than the damn fireball.
Yeah,
that's worse than the fireball, bro. Oh my god.
AEW over there shitting themselves right now, man. I don't know what they're doing over there.
They doing what we call too much.
Yeah, facts.
Like they took all the extreme matches from WCW and ECW and put all them hoes in one show.
Yeah.
Now I will say their women's division is very good.
Oh, for sure.
Like I hated that Jade had to lose too. She went 60-0 and now she lost. But we did have all of our black champions did lose this weekend. But that's another.
Yeah, but I was tired of female Goldberg, bro.
I would like to see Jade. I would like to see Jade in the WWE. Though,
I think Jade will be phenomenal in WWE.
Yeah.
She'll be everything that they wanted Nia Jax to be.
Facts.
Because we wouldn't have had somebody like her and Bianca really since like Jacqueline. Like that's really one of the last like powerhouse black female wrestlers. Now, of course, we had Chyna, we had Beth Phoenix, which Beth Phoenix was Beth Phoenix. Like she was powerful as shit.
Yeah.
No, she's still powerful as shit for being shit. I think she's pushing 50.
Yeah.
But all right, so let's move on to the match that I don't think it made a lot of sense anyway, but it was Gunther and Mustafa Ali. We know they did it culturally because WWE is good about being culturally aware of the situation. I like that they at least made Mustafa Ali look strong because they could have just squashed his ass in this match. Like they really.
I thought it was going to be a match.
Gunther was just out here just smacking the shit out of everybody.
I'm gonna be real. I didn't watch that damn match. That was one of the matches where you just like, all right, let me go do something else real quick. Because I was like, this shit, Gunther not losing the damn title no time soon, bro. They don't give him no solid opponent for him to lose the title.
No, the closest time for him to lose was when he fought Sheamus and Drew McIntyre.
Yes, I think that was about the closest. You're right.
Because other than that, like
at this point, it's kind of like how Paul Heyman says there's no one left. Literally for Gunther, there's no one, like there's nobody else that size besides Omos.
Yeah, I'm like, who on the Raw roster is gonna take this belt from him right now? Like I was looking, I'm like, now I think Raw may still have the better roster than SmackDown post draft, but who's taking the belt off of Gunther?
That's a good question.
Damian Priest. That's my best bet.
That's so funny.
I mean, yeah,
that's my bet. He's the only other person that looks intimidating enough to at least get in the ring with this man.
Yeah, but I mean, they're currently in the tag team picture, which when we get to that Raw recap, we'll talk about that. But since we kind of all breezed over that match, we'll get into this next one, which was the first of the controversial matches of the night, which was Asuka and Bianca Belair. The match didn't make sense. And I hope it's not what they have now deemed the Asuka fertility curse, which is every pay-per-view match that Asuka's had has been a title match. The opponent is ended up pregnant because Alexa Bliss, her last match was against Asuka.
Perfect timing on what I sent you today.
So I'm like, are we trying to say that Bianca might be pregnant?
I wouldn't be mad at Montez Ford for it.
I mean, should you be mad?
Hey, now that you say that, dog. Now that you say that, damn, bro.
What else makes sense? Like, why else would you take the title? Because you want to say
the only other thing that makes sense to me is that she got drafted to SmackDown and she was the Raw Women's Champion, so they had to give it to somebody on Raw.
They just her and Rhea swap belts like they always do.
Yeah, but they weren't gonna make them swap belts. They should have just done that, but they weren't gonna make them swap belts.
Because I mean, like,
bro, now that you say that is crazy. Cause now I'm thinking about when Becky gave Asuka the title and fucking Becky
what up, Troy?
Bro.
Oh, it was good.
Yo.
So we're gonna be on the lookout for that now.
Ah, damn. My boy Montez knocked up Bianca.
He said, "Oh, you done had your main title push? Bet."
Yeah.
And that's what happened. So we'll find out in due time.
Fact.
Hey, speaking of Montez Ford real quick, did y'all see the Coldest Balls episode of Montez Ford?
Bro, that shit was hilarious, bro. Kevin Hart thought he was gonna get his ass whooped in there. But what's up with his fat white boy producer trying to put the belt on and couldn't get the hole over his belly?
Man, that's Bam, bro. Bam, my dude.
Bam funny. He funny. He don't say shit. He funny.
He funny for being quiet Like
Facts.
that shit's fucking funny. Like I'm like, how you be this quiet and this funny at the same time?
He
Like,
don't ever break character. Like he don't laugh.
If I was Bam, I'd have been over there gaggling, bro.
bro, I don't know how this man is able to do that. Like, bro, because Kevin, like, you know, some people they say like Kevin Hart. Now, I'm like, bro, Kevin Hart's funny, bro. I don't care what you say. Like,
hilarious.
I'm not keeping a straight face. I'm gonna go ahead and die laughing now.
For most people, he might not be stand up funny, but he's naturally funny.
I think he's definitely stand up funny.
I think he's stand up funny too, but you know, each their own.
I'll never forget Gun Compartment. Oh, you got me in the laundry room. Oh, let me grab a fabric sheet. Oh, Gun Compartment. Like that shit is so stupid, but it's funny when you picture, like, if I'm in my laundry room, I'm like, what if I had a gun in my, like, what if I had that?
Let me tell you, right? You know when Kevin Hart talk about arguing with his kids when they can't talk yet because they were still babies. This dude here is the epitome of that joke. Him and Calissa fight back and forth all day, and she can't talk.
I mean, she got about 15 words. She got about 15 words.
Jews.
That's exactly what it is. Like, oh yeah, that's my dog, but we definitely fight. She got her shit talking for me. Because Prime knew it. I don't really say much on the football field. Like, I really don't. I'm not the shit talking type. Unless you messing with one of my teammates, then I gotta, let loose. But for the most part, I don't really say nothing. Now let that little girl say some shit. Oh no, it's on and popping. It might as well be a presidential debate the way we finna go at it. Like,
I'm dead.
Like, that is Skip and Shannon reincarnated, me and my daughter.
Oh, shit.
More like Kanye and Sway. She telling you ain't got all the answers, Daddy.
That's the problem. I do have all the answers. That's why she comes to me.
And Sway did have all the answers.
Did have all the answers.
All right, so the second of our squash matches for the night was Rhea Ripley and Natalya, and that match didn't even last 5 minutes.
I was about to say, what was the point of that match?
I don't know, because they've been doing Natalya dirty. Like, she just need to go on and just step on back, become a manager, like something, because they've tried to build her and build her and build her, and nothing comes from it.
I think ever since her run, she hasn't been hitting like that. Ever
No.
since she had her title run, she hasn't been hitting on anything.
Like, and it's just and they've tried to pair her with every female on the roster, basically.
Mm-hmm.
None of them have worked. Now, actually, I thought her and Sonya Deville was actually pretty good. I actually thought that was a comparable team. They fit well, but I still didn't see them. Like, I don't see her as a main title holder. Now, they could have held the tag titles for sure. Wouldn't have had a problem with that whatsoever. But I don't know.
I just can't get behind you. I ain't gonna lie.
She's just a jobber at this point.
Facts.
Like, and the non-title match that happened is Brock Lesnar versus broken arm ass Cody Rhodes. My bad, titanium arm Cody Rhodes at that. Like, you knew as soon as they said this man had a titanium cast, and I told Micah to say he gonna use this hoe during this match.
It only made sense.
And somehow it was legal. I'm like, it's a weapon. It's a titanium cast. It's a weapon.
It's on my body.
You let this man conk him in the head like Mario with that hammer. Like,
no, the first time he did that shit, I was like, because he was getting his ass off. I'm like, bro, just hit the nigga with the cast. What are you doing? And then he went, oh, wow. I was like, yeah, do it again.
And I'm like, wait, no disqualification? No disqualification? Okay. We just have a standard match with Cody uses a weapon stipulation. All right, cool. Like,
I mean, it was
just as bad as the last match with the exposed turnbuckle that Brock magically ran into and got his forehead busted open. I'm like, come on.
Cody and Brock aren't good. Good for matches, bro. It's not a comparable.
No,
not the body size and nothing. Like it. Like I can't even. If I was to see Cody and Brock square up on the street, I'd be like, Cody about to get his ass beat. Like there's nothing similar.
Cody finna get his ass picked up and dropped on the concrete. Like he getting thrown through a window and slammed on the concrete. Like if I see that fight at the bar, I'm walking the other way because I don't even want to see it because it ain't gonna be pretty. Like the only matches there's two matches they could be involved in that you could almost believe. One is a steel cage match and the other was an Extreme Rules match.
Yeah.
Other than that, Nah. Like I can't see them in an I Quit match. I couldn't see him in a. First of all, I don't think Brock could do this anymore. An Iron Man match. I don't think he's got the stamina for that shit.
No. He can barely make 5
minutes. Cody got the stamina for that shit.
Cody will be fine, but Brock wouldn't be fine. Brock would be dead.
Brock be turning red. They be huffing.
Bro, Brock over there looking like a reincarnated Mr. Krabs out here. Like,
yeah, facts.
I give Brock another good 2 years, and he's gonna call it a career, bro.
You being nice, I think he's done after this year.
They might give him one last title match, and
not. No,
and I'm not saying he will win. I'm just saying they might put him in one last title. Maybe it'll be something like Elimination Chamber or something. Who knows?
The way I understood it, he did like a 1 year contract extension with a certain amount of appearances at certain pay-per-views. So there's a plan in place. I just don't know what the fuck it is.
Maybe they should retire him at WrestleMania next year.
Who retires him though?
I don't know. Anybody?
Or do you just let him go out on top? Like,
gotta be Roman.
Anybody but Roman. Maybe Gunther finally makes it.
Roman can say he retired. Undertaker and Brock Lesnar.
Real talk. You know who should
retire the Undertaker thing, because Brock Lesnar really did.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, true.
Like, listen, Prime, me and Micah was sitting on the couch together. Actually, our whole group was sitting at my house watching that when the streak got broke. It was silent in that house for 15 minutes.
I didn't say nothing for about an hour.
I'll never forget
what were we supposed to say?
I'll never forget that shit.
It did not make sense, and it didn't look like any other normal match. Like, it was like, nah, Brock ain't gonna break it. Like, it looked like Undertaker's gonna do what he always do. Like, no big deal. And I feel like that's one streak that should have never been broken. They should have let him retire with that streak. Just like you got Floyd that retired undefeated. There's no reason, like, he should have kept that streak. I just truly believe that.
I believe
I will keep saying I don't think he should have lost to Brock, but the following year when he lost to Roman, I wouldn't have been mad about Roman breaking the streak, because Roman at that point just needed the push. And you hear every wrestler that fought Undertaker say Roman was the guy that should have broken it, because at the time he just needed the push. Brock didn't.
I think even Kurt Angle has said that on an interview before. He's like, Roman should have been the one to break the streak, not Brock, because Brock didn't need it. Brock already was a megastar. He didn't need any more further push. Now, I ain't gonna lie, got to give shout outs and 100% props to Paul Heyman, because he took that shit and ran with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was there's not a single manager I think in wrestling history that will ever be what Paul Heyman is. Like, Paul Heyman is the greatest manager, the greatest mouthpiece. Like, I don't even know who's second, because that's how good he is. He might be his own top 3.
Yeah.
He got different eras of his management.
You do, like, even when he was in ECW, like, he was his own, like, he wore that fucking baseball cap with that ponytail, knowing he really had a bald head, but they ain't show it off at the time. And now he just looked like an old ass Sims character, because he got that fucking, back fade going.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know who I'd put as number 2 on a manager list standpoint. So, like, it's crazy. It's Paul Heyman and the rest. Do you possibly put like a Vicky Guerrero in that spot? Oh,
no. As a manager, we're not talking about her as a manager.
No, I know you mean about manager. I don't know, number 2.
I mean,
it's possible MVP might take over that number 2 spot before he's done.
I can see MVP. Teddy Long, before he became a GM, was a manager for a little bit, but Teddy Long as a GM was definitely one of the best
he didn't have enough time
he really didn't. But I can get down with MVP being number 2 as well. That because he's
Moore's asking for the link to do the promo.
Oh, all right. Let me drop that in the wrong mouse. I'm over here using 2 laptops, so y'all gotta excuse me sometime.
Oh, are we ready to talk about the one we're all here for?
Yes, we're ready to talk about that.
The downfall of the bloodline is upon us, bruh. And you know what's crazy? And what's crazy is GQ will tell you. I said the way they should make the bloodline crumble is they fight and somebody misses a kick and either hits Roman or Sikoa. I said that like last month on the show, and that's exactly what happened, because that was the only way it was going to make sense.
Not only did it was a double kick to Solo.
It was a double super kick,
which was beautiful. Like, it was beautiful and shocking all at once. Like, I don't even know how you can put those two words together, but it was like you knew it was coming, but you just were still in awe that it happened. Because like Solo don't say much.
All Roman saw was them niggas kicking Solo in the face.
That's what I was talking about, because he sold it because he timed it perfectly when he turned. All he saw was the Solo. They all did phenomenal on that cell. That was amazing.
Yeah, and even I actually watched an interview where he was, I think it was Ariel Helwani or whatever his name is, was interviewing Roman and asked him, who would you put yourself on the Mount Rushmore? And he's like, no, I would put the Bloodline. And if he didn't say it with a level of like cockiness. He said, we have the only story you've seen in wrestling with layers upon layers upon layers. Every single character was developed to a T. And then if you really think about how long this story goes on, we're going to be talking about the Bloodline story when this documentary comes out of just the Bloodline story. It is one of WWE's best documentaries, because people have been involved in this story so long, you forgot how it started. You forgot he came back to SummerSlam and beat the break. Yeah, he came back at SummerSlam, beat the brakes off of Braun Strowman, and I think it was Braun and Brock. I believe it was.
No, it was Braun and Bray.
Oh, it was Braun and Bray. Yeah, it's right. He stacked them, as he liked to say. Then he fought Edge and was it Edge and Daniel Bryan?
Yeah,
Edge at WrestleMania. He that's when the shirts came out. He said, I stacked them and I pinned them, and I was like, oh yeah. So like, that's how it started, and then it just kept building. But then I saw another video that was like, this is how the Tribal Chief started, and it was when he Superman punched Mark Henry. He was still wearing the vest, but Mark Henry was talking to him. This is during right after that whole Hall of Pain type shit that he was doing. But like Roman was trying to walk out the ring, and he grabbed his arm and turned around, still talking shit to him. And then Roman Superman punched him, and they were like, that was when the Tribal Chief started to become, into his own. And I was like, how long have they been building this guy? Like, what have we missed? So when this documentary comes out, I'm gonna be looking forward to it.
Hell yeah!
Well, right on time. Boom. What's happening?
What is up? Hey,
so y'all see who it is. So y'all know what time it is. Y'all see the title. Y'all see the land. You see the title. All right. This is the GOAT Harden supporter. This is the CEO of James Harden INC.
Listen. The drip guy enthusiast Harden, the GOAT, aka the only real King James. Listen. I'm gonna be brief, real quick, and just put a shout out. Thank you, gentlemen, for letting me come through. I just want to let y'all know again, 9 Eastern time tomorrow, we're gonna have another player versus team. The show we embrace our bias and encourage it. We're not ashamed of it. So in this episode, we're just gonna be talking about how Jimmy Butler came through, closed out the Celtics. People were trying to change what, but Jimmy Buckets. In fact, people were trying to change the narrative. I'm glad your Heat won, because people was really trying to act like Jimmy choked. They were trying to make choke memes and all type of stuff. So I'm glad
numbers
the
don't
Heat.
lie.
Exactly. I'm glad the Heat came through and pulled it out, and we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about how strategically Spoelstra just might be one of the greatest coaches of our era if he's able to pull off this little matchup right now with the Nuggets. But I'm gonna let y'all go. I just want to put that shout out. And once again, the go. I ain't gotta say it again. Go Harden. He in Cancun, but we partying. It's cool. We out here doing our thing. I'm gonna let y'all go. But y'all have a good night. All right.
I appreciate you, Zamora.
All right.
For future reference, James Harden's already been confirmed in Houston this week. So.
That's because he already booked his suite at the local strip club.
By the way, Zamora, I hope you're still watching this. The drip god is Seth Rollins. Thanks.
100%. Hey, Seth is the drippiest superstar we have in wrestling, and his wife ain't too far away. Because, like I said, that Kill Bill outfit was pretty fire. But
hey, I should have threw on my damn Jimmy Butler jersey.
Hey, man,
I should have been supportive. I got my Jimmy Butler Bulls jersey.
Yeah, like, and you know what was raw is I caught this on the perfect deal. Like this, I caught this like, what was it, like a year ago? No, almost 2 years ago when I got this, when I showed you. I caught it at our Nike outlet plug, and I was like, oh, bet that. I'm gonna get that because I love this. This is my favorite Miami Heat jersey.
I like
the Vice City pattern is phenomenal.
Yeah,
I'm still on the lookout for the original, the 2019-20, the pink one, because I'm looking for that. I'm looking for that Dwayne Wade one because I'm gonna get it. That will happen, and I got to get it. I got to get a Udonis Haslem jersey now too. I got to add that to the collection.
That's gonna be that's a collector's item right there. A
UD
one.
All right, so
let's get back on this wonderful lesson at hand. So we talking about this layered upon layered story, and we, like I said, it's by far the greatest story that we've seen in wrestling. Like, and I've said this, it is the best story we've had since the Monday Night Wars. Like, there has not been another story in wrestling more compelling than the Monday Night Wars and the story of the Bloodline. And we know this. We were kids during the Monday Night Wars.
Yeah, but
we used to race home from school, get our homework done, and be in front of the TV because you didn't know if WCW was going to Monday Night Raw or if Raw was going to Nitro. You didn't know what was going to happen, but you didn't want to miss it.
Trying to watch both.
Like, if you had enough bread to have two TVs, you had them both going. The Monday Night Wars was media. None. So you didn't know who was popping up where, none of that. There was no, I'm gonna go Instagram live. Hey, I'm on the way to Monday Nitro. Like, none of that was going on. It just happened. Like, that's the only thing, the downside of social media when it comes to wrestling. We miss that true shock.
Yeah. Everything is spoiled on social media.
Well, you know, the last shock that we had, and Prime, you know about this too, is when Edge came back at the Rumble, because there was like no conversation about it.
Yeah. I remember being in there.
I was there. Yeah, I was there. Yeah. And when that music hit, I couldn't hear shit. It was deafening.
It was crazy.
Like when you was at the Rumble, where'd you sit?
I watched the Royal Rumble when Edge came back, which is a pain in the ass. I mean, I seen it now, but I didn't get the only return I saw live. The last one I saw live that truly shocked me was when The Rock returned to host WrestleMania. And was that in Miami?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was the only one. They did that one. They cut off the lights and everything. That was one of the most epic returns ever.
What was you asking me, GQ? You said me where
I said, where'd you sit at during that?
I was sitting nosebleed, dog.
I wasn't too far from. I was where I was sitting at, like I was here, and then like I could see they came in from here, so I was able to I could see them. I was
because like I was
like 20 rows up.
I could literally see the entrance from where I was sitting at.
Yeah, so like when that music hit, I was just like, bro.
Yeah, I'll never forget that shit though. That was
like the last big thing before we all got fucked off by COVID. So
that was right. Yep, you're right.
That was the last premium live event before COVID, and then we went to this. Man, I felt bad for Drew McIntyre, bro. He kind of got hoed. He was a champion with no people.
He definitely got hoed.
Like he would have been. I think he would have been a phenomenal champion with actual crowd reaction.
It was over, over at that point.
He carried the WWE bubble, if you will.
Yeah,
during a time when like we didn't even think we would have live events of any kind, and like to do that with no noise, like because I've been watching UFC and watching WWE with no noise and like hearing the contact. I was like,
it's so weird.
Oh no, bro! UFC was cringe. Like you actually hear motherfuckers get hit in the face. Like you're like, God damn! Like you hear it, but you really heard it.
Yeah,
I hate nobody like that too in the bubble.
Oh yeah, like the NBA figured it out. The bubble was lit. I don't care what nobody said. That was some good ass basketball. That shit was lit.
It might have been. I tell people all the time because people try and LeBron's championship doesn't count because they won the bubble. But when you think about, I tell people all the time like everything was played on neutral ground, bro. Everything was played on neutral ground.
There was no. Even Miami wasn't the home team. They were in Orlando. They weren't in Miami. They were in Orlando. Like they. But they all played on the same court. They all were in the same hotels. Like
there was no traveling. Everybody was in the same spot.
Like and the argument can be made. It might actually be one of the harder rings to win because most people weren't used to being away from their families like that.
Mm-hmm.
Except Jimmy Butler was, knocking down Rachel Nichols, but that's neither here nor there.
There's no truth to that story.
I don't care. The story was out there. I'm just saying, Hemi Buckets was him in the bubble too.
He was.
He was him in the bubble because he sure was selling coffee for $20 a cup.
Hey.
Oh, that story was wild.
And he was selling his body because he was out there, man. He left it all on the court during that finals. Like I know we lost to LeBron and company, but it wasn't for lack of effort from Jimmy Butler. I'm telling you that right now. That man didn't come off the floor at all.
I ain't gonna lie. I would love to see your Heat win this championship, bro. I would love to see my boy Jimmy get one.
I love to see Jimmy one.
It'd be great. It'd be great for you too. Like I'll be really happy. I know UD already got one, but it'd be good just get him. Let him walk off into the sunset.
Mm-hmm.
He'd be the second player to win 3 championships in 3 different decades. Right now, he's only the second player to be to the finals in 3 different decades. Tim Duncan is the other one with 3 championships in 3 different decades.
And then you saw that crazy ass stat that I sent you about Pat Riley. This man's been in almost a quarter of every single NBA final, bro. That is nuts for one person.
Player, coach, president, GM.
That is the true Don. Like I keep that is the Don. Like
24.7% of the finals Pat Riley has been involved in. That's freaking crazy to think about. The NBA has been around for 75 years. It's been Pat Riley's whole life.
Hey, started from the bottom. Now he all the way here.
Yeah.
So what's next? Like, what is next for Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn? Like, like I know we're gonna talk about the bloodline in a second, but what is next for these two? Because it looks like from everything you keep watching, now it seems like Judgment Day is involved. Like they're gonna have a match of some sort. But what's next for them? Because I don't foresee them holding these titles for much longer. Like they somehow they're gonna split them. I just don't know how.
Well, first they should go about dropping one set because they're still undisputed tag champions. So they hold the Raw and now. So they should go about dropping one of them first.
I think they should drop SmackDown and just be done with the whole bloodline story altogether. Like let them just go to Raw.
Yeah.
Because now you can put the belts on the Street Profits like they should already have. Or if you want to put it on Judgment Day, which would be, I don't think it would be very smart.
I think they should put on the Street Profits and let Sami Zayn and KO beef with the Street Profits for a while. That's probably their best bet if they're going to stay together as a tag team. But if you're going to go solo, I don't know where you go from there unless you're not, because you're going to eventually have to put belt back on Kevin Owens if you split them.
Yeah, and I don't think they split Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn at the moment, but I mean they'll hold the belts. They'll probably hold at least one set of the belts until at least the Rumble. I can see that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I can see that, but I do think at some point maybe it's whether it's SummerSlam or what the hell's after SummerSlam now? Is it Money in the Bank now? I think because Money in the Bank first. Money in the Bank first, and then SummerSlam.
No. You're right.
No, SummerSlam's first.
Money in the Bank.
Yeah, SummerSlam's in August. Yeah, so Money in the Bank is after. So maybe Money in the Bank they drop one.
I can see it.
But
I don't know. I don't know what they do with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens now as a tag team. I have no idea what they're going to do.
It's the same thing. Like you and I talked about this whenever they had Cody versus Roman. It was like, yeah, cool. If Cody wins, great. But after about a couple months, it's gonna get stale. Mm-hmm. And I think Sami and Kevin is stale.
I feel like it's only stale because their title run is going based off the bloodline.
Yeah.
And then like now that the bloodline, I guess, is about to implode, like we're saying it is. Like you're saying, what's next?
But it's like, but who else are they feuding with? Yeah, okay, insert Judgment Day, but who else? Like it's got to be. You've got to have feuds on Raw, feuds on SmackDown. Like it's got to be. You got to have them at all fronts. Because I mean, well, I guess you got Imperium trying to get into the mix again, which is good. They were a really good. That's another one we talked about on for NXT is Imperium. Imperium was like the stable on NXT. Like you want to talk about dominant stable, dude. Imperium, like, and they really are one of the more pure tag teams that you have. Like they really are. Like they're really phenomenal. The chemistry is great. The wrestling is good. The double teams, like it's very Dudley like.
From what
like the Dudleys were very pure in the ring, despite all the antics. They were still very pure as far as wrestling. And Imperium is the same. They are very pure. The double teams are phenomenal. The chemistry is there. They don't really have to talk much. They just know what to do. They're always in the right places. Really pure tag team. And that's from that whole the NXT UK coming on over to NXT, and now we have NXT 2.0 with all the funny colors and shit.
I know Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens have been wrestling together for a while, but I don't get that from them as a tag team. What you see from them from a tag team is more like two very talented individual people that were able to work together and win. Like the chemistry is not like A1, like a traditional tag team.
No, like you can just tell that they were, they've been on the road together for a while. Like you can tell they're friends. Like that much you can tell, but the rest of it, not so much. Well, that's why I don't think they'll hold the titles for that much longer, realistically.
I don't know where you go. I mean, I don't want to see Judgment Day beat them.
Well, we're gonna put that in Triple H's hands.
Yeah,
because that's who makes these decisions. So real quick, like I said, I know you guys don't watch a lot of NXT. I do want to run down Battleground because Battleground was actually a really, really, really good pay-per-view.
I turned that on just not to cut you off. I only turned that on to watch Carmelo Hayes and Braun Breaker, bro.
Facts.
Hey,
I only turned that on to watch
Carmelo Hayes is bad. Like that's a bad man right there. Like him, well, and I like
the attack in the barbershop.
Oh, did you finally get to watch the spear video I was telling you about?
The one
the
Braun
spear
Breaker
off
did
the
on
bounce of the second, off that second rope, caught of that midair. I was like, bro, that shit looked like that looked like high school football from 03 to 09. Like that's how beautiful that hit looked.
I don't even know how he timed that shit, bro. It was
I don't either.
It was beautiful, bro. But I was like,
no,
I know that had to hurt.
Yeah, like there's a lot of rehearsal that went on because there's no way to get that right. But you had another really good up and coming wrestler in Wesley, who's been your North American champion for a hot minute since his he lost his tag team partner because his tag team partner got caught up in some legal issues. We won't get much further into that, but it was not pretty. So he kind of got thrust into the solo competitor scene. But he had a triple threat match against Tyler Bate and Joe Gacy. I won't get into too much on who they are, but he did retain that. So he has been a very strong North American champion. He's a very good talent. His skill set is very similar to Ricochet.
Mm-hmm.
So, but he's really entertaining to watch. Very good high flyer, very good counter guy, very fast, very athletic, and very entertaining to watch. But so it was really good. Two more really good ones is they kind of had this whole like Heritage Cup thing going on, which is kind of like a play on soccer a little bit. But you had Noam Dar and Dragon Lee go into a fight for that. So pretty much Noam Dar was the current Heritage Cup holder. He defended it. He got it. There was some interference that came into it, so that'll build into some more story stuff upcoming Tuesday. A guy who I thought they were going to call up to the main roster that they didn't was Ilya Dragunov. Ilya Dragunov is one of the most explosive wrestlers on NXT. Like, I mean, every single move when he hits you, it's like it just looks like it just extremely powerful. Like he's not a big guy, but he's very precise. He's a very good technical wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I've seen that.
Yes, but so he was in a last man standing match with D-Jack, and it was a hard hitting match. You know how these last man standing matches go. You got to beat the hell out of somebody to keep them down for 10. Really good match. The Creed brothers, another really good up and coming tag team. They went head up with Gallus. They lost that match to them, and they retained the NXT championships. You had Tiffany Stratton and Lyra Valkyria for the NXT Women's Championship. So Stratton beat her. They had the champion before that had to drop the title due to injury, came back, some other crazy shit happened, ended up vacating it because she got called up, and now we had to crown a new one. So that's how that happened. And of course, Carmelo Hayes knocked off Braun Breaker to retain the championship, which means that I won't be surprised if Braun is going to get called up soon. That leads into NXT because if I caught NXT yesterday. So, and I thought this might happen, and I'm kind of glad they did it. But Carmelo Hayes did get attacked on Tuesday by Baron Corbin.
And
it was, and so it came out. Yeah,
I guess it's not. I was saying it's stupid, but I guess it's not stupid for Corbin because I guess he needs something to do. I guess.
Yeah, instead of losing on the main roster like that, it's the same thing they did with Dolph Ziggler. Like when they brought Dolph Ziggler down, you needed to inject a little bit of veteran life into NXT, and somebody like Baron, who's he is accomplished despite, what's been happening. Yeah. So it's been good from that perspective. So we'll see how the story goes. Say again? Is
Apollo still over there? He got called up to the main roster.
He got called up again to the main roster. Yes. So he's on SmackDown.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but his old partner, Commander Aziz, is still down there on NXT as well, in case y'all forgot about him. So he does still exist. He's not very relevant, but he does exist. No. He's not. Yeah, he's just kind of there. So we had that. I wanted to jump into. I'm guessing both you guys caught Raw as well. So
I caught a little bit. I got busy.
Yeah. So it was just some quick little highlights on that. Imperium knocked off Alpha Academy. We know the gift happened of Rousey and Baszler beating Damage Control, Raquel, Shotzi, and Sonya Deville, and that weird ass character Chelsea Green.
I'd rather put that title back on Damage Control if anything, bro.
Yeah,
they ain't the best, but I'd rather them than fucking Ronda as having.
Oh yeah. Shockingly enough, you had Shinsuke knock off Bronson Reed to qualify for the Money in the Bank match, which I was like, all right. And you had Ricochet beat the Miz to qualify for Money in the Bank. So I'm like, all right.
The Miz track record is getting worse and worse by the day.
And I was like, all right, very interesting. So then Becky Lynch got jumped. She got jumped by Trish Stratus and Zoe Stark. Then they left a shirt on her that said what was it? Yeah. It was pretty funny though. I'm not gonna lie. It cracked me up, but I was like, they're building this story for a reason. You know how it goes. Cody Rhodes came out, made I'm gonna call it an underwhelming promo. Like he had been doing pretty good with his promos. This one was
terrible. That was
like,
was mid at best.
Yeah, like, oh, he can come out for a fight unless he's afraid. I'm like, fam.
This man said, I'm issuing an open challenge anywhere I'm at, Brock. Like, bro, you just asking to get your ass kicked some more.
Like, you gonna be walking to your limo and your wife and kids gonna be in the car. You gonna get your ass whipped right outside that limo.
Exactly.
I didn't see that, but did he still have on a titanium cast?
Yes.
Look,
okay, so they're going all the way with
don't waste your 7 minutes and 50 whatever seconds that fucking promo was. It just wasn't worth watching. It was a terrible promo. Like it was the worst promo he's cut. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. You can't believe it. Like nothing. Like they're trying. Cody is starting to lose some of that pop that he had.
The WrestleMania pop he had.
Yeah, like he's starting to look very human, and now he's getting a track record of being injury prone because he had the pec tear. Now you got the broken arm. I don't know if the broken arm is like a play or and it could just be a play because they're trying to kill time for the whole Roman thing again, which at this point, revisiting Cody versus Roman is just kind of. I don't think he actually has a broken arm. But if you go back a couple of weeks ago and you look, it does look like he hurt his arm, but I don't think it's broken. I just think he might have a hyperextension or something, and he can't really do much right now. Well, either way, because we and me and Prime have already talked about this. Like SummerSlam, it's going to be the Usos versus Roman and Solo. Like that shit's going to happen. It's going to be great, and what happens from there tells us what's going to happen moving forward. Because the awkward thing is, let's just say for the sake of this discussion, like, what if the Usos win? You feasibly can't keep the Usos and Roman and Solo on SmackDown together.
Nope.
You got to move somebody, which obviously you're not moving Roman and Solo. So that means you've got to move the Usos to Raw because they can't be together unless you're just going to have them also follow that up by costing Roman the titles, which is also very much possible in the cards. And then they finally leave after the fact because they are saying the Roman's going to go on a hiatus here pretty soon too. So
yeah, for sure.
They've got to figure out how to build this story accordingly.
He even said to himself, once he loses the titles, he's going on a long hiatus,
which is probably good.
What's the next pay-per-view?
SummerSlam. He's not losing at SummerSlam. That the tag match is gonna be a Summer. So Money in the Bank.
Wait, are you sure it's SummerSlam? That's the next one. Because why are they doing Money in the Bank qualification match right now?
That's what I wanted to know because I know.
I think it's Money in the Bank, dog.
It might be Money in the Bank.
You got to. We plan on going to Raw the week of July 31st, which is the week before SummerSlam. So the July pay-per-view will be Money in the Bank.
Be in the building on that too. Yep. I'm gonna be there for that too.
We've been talking. We all have been talking about that.
So Money in the Bank has to be the July pay-per-view.
Yeah,
because I'm not talking about the pay-per-view.
So Saturday, July 1st at the O2 Arena in London, England.
That's Money in the Bank.
So right? that June Raw we've been talking about.
SummerSlam, I think it's August. I think SummerSlam is always in August.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, SummerSlam's always in August. Which that's how I helped Micah remember it.
So it's quite possible that Roman could drop the belt at SummerSlam.
Yeah,
because they could do the tag match and Money in the Bank.
Because are you going to delay that potential tag match that long? Can you delay it 2 months? No, I don't think unless they just really want to build this story. But that's August 5th. So July 1st, August 5th. Realistically, if you have the tag match at Money in the Bank, and then have whatever title match Roman's going to have at SummerSlam, which already tells you that Roman and Solo are going to win the tag match. They're not going to have Roman drop 2 matches in a row.
Hell no.
That ain't happening.
Who will Roman fight for the title though? Like,
at that point,
would we see him fight Jimmy for the title?
So I've been screaming Jay forever, bro. That's the whole.
I would love for Jay to do it.
So let's for the sake of this discussion, let's add a layer to this. What if somehow, some way, one of maybe even just Jey Uso found his way into the Money in the Bank match and won that hoe
and
and
like
cashed in?
And like I said, we have a Jimmy versus Roman match. Roman wins, Jay cashes in.
And that's, you want to talk about some bloodline shit? That shit would be fire as hell.
That'd be crazy. You know some crazy that shit like that'll come up.
It is highly possible. Like, it's highly possible that shit could happen because the timing of it.
Okay, so we're gonna do a Solo because
Solo is gonna eventually be in the U.S. title picture. That's going to happen.
I'm saying at that instance, if Jay was to win Money in the Bank, like shit, I'm cashing in right now after this match. What are you gonna do with Solo?
Realistically,
Solo would have to have his whole match before, right? Essentially.
Well, he's had a couple of matches on the main roster because he had that one with Riddle. He had a match with Riddle and he had a match with Cody.
And I thought he had one Kevin too.
Yeah, one KO, right?
Yeah. Was it with Kevin?
I know he had one Cody. I know he had one Riddle. I thought he had one with Kevin as well.
He did have one. He had one with SmackDown.
Okay, I thought that was the tag match.
Nah, the one on SmackDown, he had it right before. What pay per view?
I'm talking about the one with him and with the John Cena match.
Yeah, but he had a single against Kevin Owens.
Okay.
He had it before KO fought against Roman for the belt.
Okay. Yeah, these stories are blending together. We've had so many damn matches. Oh my god, this shit has like been fucking crazy.
Kevin won because Roman say Solo take care of the KO problem tonight, and Kevin won.
Yeah, that's right. That was So I don't know. You do that, or you let him go back down to NXT where he actually had a pretty substantial role on NXT.
I don't know if he's put Solo back. I don't think he takes Solo back.
But I mean, how much of a? I mean, now I could see him getting a good mid card push. Like I think you put him in the Rumble and let him go to work too. Like that's why I think he'll put some solid work in the Rumble. Build up some shit. Let him eliminate. Let him eliminate.
Gunther got his real big push in the Rumble.
Yeah, but I wonder if this is the year that Gunther wins the Rumble.
Gunther could win the Rumble. Just let Solo come in and do.
I think like he looked like the favorite to win last year, but they were still building some other shit.
They're still building it
because he got eliminated. Was it Drew?
Nah, Cody.
Cody. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Cody. I forget Cody's random ass push. I'm still calling a little off on the whole Cody's push in the first place, but whatever.
They had to make Cody feel special by coming back to WWE from AEW, man. That's all it was. Yeah. Now Cody about to get buried back into the roster all over again. It'll be soon enough.
Yeah, but this could be the year where Gunther finally pulls it off and does a damn thing.
Only thing I can say Cody Rhodes now is Roman Reigns coming back and having not Roman Reigns, Randy Orton coming back and having a feud with Randy Orton. That's the only thing that'll save him now.
Yeah, and Orton is still rumored to make his appearance now. When, we don't know.
Yeah, I remember that article I sent you. I was reading about it.
Yeah, because it could be Money in the Bank, could be SummerSlam, could be the Rumble. Like, it depends on how they want to play it. Because the problem is you don't want him to come back for the Rumble and not win the Rumble.
Yeah.
Because you've kind of killed his momentum that quick. So what do you do?
Maybe you bring him back kind of like you did Brock. I mean, Brock came back at SummerSlam, but you bring him back at whatever pay-per-view. I don't know. Maybe in October or something.
Have a situation where whatever match Riddle's in, he starts getting jumped all of a sudden, and boom, here comes Randy, and bring him back that way.
We've already did Backlash, so it's not like he can come make a Backlash now. That would have been a perfect return.
Yeah, but I mean, SummerSlam makes the most sense because we have some of our bigger. If it's not Mania, usually SummerSlam we have some of our bigger returns.
Yeah,
so it would make sense. But like, how do you inject Randy into the program at this point? Because he's been out for so long.
Feud with unless he comes back to feud with Cody Rhodes. But that would mean Cody has to have a match against.
I mean, Randy could come back and feud with Roman because they're the reason why he's been out. Well, technically, he's been the reason.
He could interfere and help cost Roman the match.
Yeah,
Legend. That's true. And Legend Killer strikes again.
Facts. He been striking since forever.
Yeah.
That man said he don't want to be called a legend killer anymore. He just want to be called a legend.
That's another phenomenal storyline when he was taking out all the punt kick will forever be synonymous with this man.
Facts.
Like when he kicked Stephanie, I was like, oh, bro, they're selling the shit out this story, bro. And Triple H sitting there, like, I'm like, bro, fam, that's really you. If somebody kick your wife in the face, you ain't finna stand there like that.
Nah, we ain't fighting, bro. You better start running. The bullets gonna start flying.
Boy, what? Like, no. Like, you watch this shit happen. Like, nah, fam. Like, I'm gonna jump on I'm taking that kick. Like, something. Hell no. Oh no, wasn't Triple H handcuffed to the rope at that time?
I think he was.
I think he was handcuffed. I think he had one arm handcuffed when he kicked Stephanie. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Yeah.
Now that you said he did.
He had to watch that shit happen. Yeah, like, oh yeah. Well, as soon as I get out them cuffs, though, we're finna unload the whole suitcase.
Yep. That's exactly what happened.
Oh man. So that was good shit. I almost forgot how good that was. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I want to get into this other thing because before we get to Micah's favorite part of the show, which is the crossover, we have got to talk about. I think Prime. I think you'll enjoy this. This shit was fucking ridiculous. But here we go.
You want to take this one?
I'll let you start it while I plug up this production computer real
quick.
All right,
so here we go, ladies and gentlemen. One of our newer segments that we came up with on the fly. Just one day I said something. GQ was like, we should do this every week. Dumb ass millionaires. Welcome to the segment. And this week, you know, Charlamagne got Donkey of the Day and stuff like that. So we got dumbass millionaires. This week, the winner of the dumbass millionaire finally breaking John Morant's streak is none other than the female rapper, Danny Lay. GQ, take it away.
All right, so let's talk about what this dumbass did. So Prime laughing because he knows the story.
I already
know. So there was a police report of a drunk ass rapper that was in Florida who was driving under the influence and decided to hit somebody on a moped. And that's how the story starts. That is not how the story ends. So she hit this dude on a moped and she didn't stop. So she's dragging this man underneath on this moped. And people are telling, hey, there's something happening over there. Drunk ass, still driving. No big deal. I'm like, you can't be this dumb. So she gets pulled over finally after all this shit goes down. So first of all, she got charged with leaving the scene of a crash, including serious bodily injury, driving under the influence, and damage to property or person driving under the influence. So in other words, there's a lot of potential jail time happening. Like, call it what it is. So after all this, she agreed to a field sobriety test.
Dumbass.
Oh, this is where it just gets dumber. So she blew not once, but twice. So the first time she blew 0.145. And then she blew a second time. She decided to exceed the standard and blew a 148. So
hold on. I can do better. I can do better than that. Let me try this again.
So somehow you failed the test and you took the test and failed it worse. Like, first of all, just like most other states, the legal limit is 0.08, and you blew a 0.145 and a 0.148. That is almost twice the legal limit. Like, come on now. Like, in Florida, come on. So this is what you do. I'm like, again, and we bring this segment to light because the three of us in this scenario, right? We couldn't be these types of folks. If I got the money that some of these cats got, if I'm going out on the town in Florida, in Houston, in Vegas, wherever the fuck I'm at, I'm not driving. I'm hiring a driver. Fuck an Uber. If I'm rich, I'm just gonna pay a driver. Like that, you're gonna be on the payroll. You're gonna be my driver. Like the fuck? Like I'm gonna have a driver and I'm gonna have security. I'm gonna be walking around like Floyd Mayweather with a whole offensive line surrounding me, so you ain't getting near me. Like the fuck? What's the point of being a millionaire if you can't flaunt it sometimes? So if you go out on the town, protect yourself. I know she's a newer rapper, but she still got bread.
Man.
Talk to the label, hey, tell the label, hey, I'm finna go out on the town. Can y'all hook me up with some security, something? There's no way that they, there's plenty of methods to the madness. She could have protected herself, but she didn't. She decided to be, independent. When being an independent woman goes wrong, here you go.
Hey, man, all I'm saying is she might be able to pay her way out, but the judge might be, nope, to hell with you. I'm not accepting no payment for you to wear. You going to jail, bruh. Again, Brittany Griner, take notes. You break the law. What do you think is going to happen? They lucky we had no dumbass segment back then.
And you know what? And it's fucked up. Like the whole situation is fucked up. And I definitely would have put her on this segment because that falls under a different set of rules. It's called international travel. You, as an American, cannot travel to another country without doing your research.
Facts.
They do not like us in other countries.
Facts.
They say we cocky as hell. They feel like we feel like our shit don't stink. Like, fam, you make one mistake. Oh, I'm finna get you. And can't nobody help you.
That's why they held her in there so long, because they wanted to make an example of her ass.
Man, they did make an example out of her. That's what they did. Like, I don't like it. We did have a segment where we had a real talk segment about it because I don't like that our culture was villainizing a hero. Like they were trying to make a hero out of a villain. And I'm like, listen, call it what you will. You broke the law.
Yeah.
You might not like it. Listen, my profession, I'm in the U.S. There are a lot of our states. I believe now we're up to 22 that have legalized weed.
23. Guess what the fuck? 23 as today.
Of course. Oh, okay. Of course he would. He keeping up with it. I'm trying to keep up. But the point is, I can't smoke because of the job that I work. If I get tested and I fail, guess what I'm doing? I'm getting fired, and I'm all my years of sacrifice out the fucking window over some fucking weed. All right. Yeah. I was a big fan when Stephen A. said, "Get off the weed." Look, catch me when I retire. We'll have a whole different conversation. Until then, keep that shit away from me.
Yep.
But that's the point. The point is you have to be smart about this. If you are an artist, if you are an actor, an actress, if you're a famous DJ like my two gentlemen on this panel here, like when you making all that bread, you got to take care of yourself. And there's too many methods to the madness to do so. But you want to go out here and be reckless. And now look at you.
Yep.
You probably finna go to jail. I'll be shocked if she doesn't see any jail time. I will truly be shocked.
No, so she's not gonna see jail because that's why she's able to come back. They did a trade off for her freedom. So she's not gonna. They sentenced her and then they did the trade. So that's how she was able to.
No, not Brittany. I'm talking about Danny Lee. No, Brittany's situation. Yeah, no, I watched that thing through and through. Like that was. Gotcha. I saw that. I read the tea leaves on that one. I was like, yeah, they gonna pull this trade off. Did I like it? No. I don't think Danny Lee will see jail time. They might hit her, like give her a slap on the wrist and be like, here's some probation or some stupid ass shit like that. I don't
know if she has a record, so
I don't either. But that's a lot of charges to stack up on your first incident. Like if you have no kind of record whatsoever, that's not how you want to start obtaining a record. Drunk driving, causing bodily injury, fleeing the scene, dragging destruction of damage to property, dragging somebody underneath your vehicle while they stuck to it. Like that's just not a good way to get started on your trail of legal problems. That's a bad way to get started. So I'm like,
Sorry, Lance, I said, what's up?
Yeah. But I'm like, given the situation, and we know how it is with melanin folk, it wouldn't be surprising if she ended up with some jail time. That's where I'm gonna leave it. I ain't gonna get too deep into that, but we know how that goes. It depends on where you live. Like if this shit would have happened in like Alabama or Wisconsin, yeah, she's going to jail.
Stupid.
Am I wrong though?
You ain't wrong about that. Why you on the topic of jail time, dog? That boy Tori about to be sentenced next week, man. Gonna see.
That's what I said to Tori. I said hi.
Yeah, we'll see how that one go.
We'll see
that whole saga.
We after that sentencing, we might revisit Tory Lanez on Dumbass Millionaires next week. You never know.
Yeah, y'all be on the lookout for that one, because boy. So now that we've gotten that knocked out, DJ Michael B, are you prepared?
Oh, I'm prepared.
All right. So you know what the script is. This is the part of the show where I shut the fuck up and I let DJ Michael B take over because we have achieved the crossover. So DJ Michael B, take us away.
I got a question for y'all. Are you ready? Now let's do it all together. 1, 2, 3. I said, are you ready? I've always wanted to do that. I'm not gonna lie. I've always wanted to do that.
Yes, motherfucker. In true wrestling fashion.
Prime time in the building. So our crossover is going to be dedicated to a WWE segment. So I'm going to start this off like I do a couple of them. I always change up how I start the crossover. Jeremy's very familiar with this one. I'm going to give you a couple of names. You're going to tell me how they're all related, and we're going to get into the crossover. All right?
I'm going to tell you how they're all related.
Yeah.
Not like by like blood or family, like what their relation is.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna start off with this first one here. If you wait, are you a comic book fan?
Give or take.
Okay, maybe I should do this. Let me. Jeremy might get it on this one. If he don't, I'm gonna go into the easier ones. Alan Quarterman, Mike Harker, Captain Nemo, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, Invisible Man.
Good Lord, are you talking about oh, that movie? Well, I can't remember the name of that movie when you said it. I'll remember it eventually.
Yeah, comic book dedicated to it too.
Wait. Why am I thinking of Fantastic Four?
Fantastic Four, dog.
Oh, I thought you were thinking about the Fantastic Four.
No, it's another one. It left my mind. You said that them last two characters, and I was like, that movie sounds familiar.
Here we go. We're gonna move on to the next one. Beast, Deadpool, Domino, Wolverine, Cable.
Well, their affiliation is X-Men.
Close. I guess I could take.
I thought it was X-Men.
Huh? Yeah. Well. Sure, but I'll let that one slide. That I give y'all a point for that one. Okay, I think Jeremy get it on this one. Hawkman, Hawkgirl, Adam Scott's Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, and Jay Garrick's Flash.
The Justice League. Well, part of the Justice League.
That's it. Yeah, I was thinking. I was going to say DC, but I was like, wait, that's the Justice League.
All right, the rest of them easy because y'all will get it. Robin, Cyborg. You know the look.
Teen Titans.
Yeah. All right. So the first one that y'all didn't get was, which I'm surprised Jeremy didn't get it. The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
That's why I said you said a movie, and I was like, bro.
The second one with Beast, Deadpool, Domino, Wolverine, Cable. Y'all said X-Men, which is an acceptable answer. The X-Force. And then, of course, the third one with Hawkman and Hawkgirl, Green Lantern. Y'all said Justice League. That one is Justice Society of America and not Justice League.
Oh, that was a good-ass movie on HBO Max.
And then the other ones, the round out, you said Teen Titans got them. The last three were going to be X-Men, Avengers, and Justice League. Nonetheless, these are what you call super team-ups. Super team-ups. So here's what we're going to do on today's crossover. We don't call them teams in WWE. We call them factions. So what I did is I scoured the internet probably for about 25, 30 minutes today while I was on lunch break and just came up and seen what people thought about different kind of factions that they would put together with different people. So here's how this is going to work. I am going to give the name of a faction. You're not guessing who's in the faction because these are all made up names from people across the internet. I'm going to give you the name and the premise on what the name stands for, and we're all going to pick two wrestlers all time in WWE to build these factions.
Okay.
Simple enough?
Gotcha.
Some of these names are self-explanatory. GQ off camera. I just need to know if he's ready.
I'm ready.
Okay, did you get it? Did you get it?
No, I had to run away and.
Okay, so like I said, factions. So I scoured the internet 20, 25 minutes, got a whole bunch of made up faction names. And because I was expecting more people on today and it was only us three, we're going to pick 2 superstars to build these factions based on the name. I'm going to give you the name and the premise. I don't think I got to give y'all the premise for most of these because I think y'all should. It's self-explanatory. All right. So you're just going to pick two for each faction. We're just going to build factions. All-time WWE. Huh?
I said, I'm with it. Let's build them.
All right. So the very first category or the very first team name, the Underraters. Simple. Underrated wrestlers. Each of us pick 2 wrestlers to go in that faction. All-time WWE.
Oh, so you said all-time, right?
Yep. We'll try not to repeat.
Fair enough. As hard as that will be.
Yeah, facts.
Underrated, I'm going to start with Shelton Benjamin. Because he never truly got the push I feel like he should have gotten.
That's a good one.
That's my second one. If I'm throwing one in there, let's see if I can go more current. Who's currently kind of more underrated that should get more of a push? I'll go out on a limb and I'll actually say Ricochet with this one.
Oh, that's a good one. Prime time, you got anything yet?
I'm trying to think, man. That's a lot of things.
I'm gonna go. Let me see. I'm gonna go Santino Marella and somebody more. I kind of want to do somebody more current. LA Knight. Because I don't feel like LA Knight has gotten his due yet.
LA Knight too.
Well, I mean, LA Knight is like 42.
Well, he started too late in WWE.
You're right.
Damn, bro, you took mine. All right, let me see. I don't know. I feel like I could throw one out that we just seen the past pay-per-view.
Okay. Okay.
And damn, I can't think about it. Karen, you said LA Knight. That's a good one.
No, you don't got to pick nobody. I mean,
yeah, I could think of Carlito for one, and I can't think of.
That's a good one.
Yeah, because I'm like, shit. We saw Carlito at Backlash, man. So I was like, shit. That was
a good one.
I spit the apple in the face of people who are uncool.
I can only think Carlito right now, man.
Look, honorable mention. I say Xavier Woods.
Honorable mention. I'm going Evan Bourne.
You think Woods is underrated?
I do.
As a solo act, yes.
As a solo act, 100%.
I'm about to say, yeah, you're right about solo.
As a tag team, oh no, he's up there. But as a solo, nah, he don't get the clout he should have.
Carlito was a sneaky good pick, man. I'm surprised I didn't think of Carlito my damn self.
Yeah,
and I didn't think of Benjamin either.
When you said underrated, that was like kind of like the first thing that popped in my mind. Like, damn, I got to think of a second person to pair with him, but I can't.
If you can't think of nobody, we can move on.
You can just move on. I can't think of a second person.
All right, so here we go. This one I actually like more. We're gonna start with you this time, Prime.
All right.
This one was called Tag Team Attack. What you're doing is picking one person from a tag team, and you're putting them in a group. I mean, you're gonna pick 2 people now because it was supposed to be like 5 of us on here. So you're gonna pick 2 people from 2 separate tag teams to put them in this group.
Oh, okay. So I'm picking a tag team and then picking a person from each tag team and putting them in the tag team.
Yep.
All right. So I can do Montez.
Okay.
I can do Montez, and then I can do fuck it. I'll throw Kevin Owens with Montez.
Okay. You want me to go or you gonna go?
I'll go. Give me Matt Riddle and Jeff Hardy.
Oh, you took my guy. All right, give me I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it back a little bit. Give me Animal and the Undertaker, because the Undertaker was part of Brothers of Destruction.
Damn, I ain't thinking that. Oh my god.
Yeah,
I tried to not use because I was like, man, I could. There's so many you could have. I was like, I ain't gonna.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to stay more. I was trying to do like more current. I was trying to think. You did.
Well, no, I didn't want to pull any like Undertaker and like none of that because I'm like,
you took Jeff Hardy and you took what you call it.
Okay.
Yeah. So okay, you know what? On second thought, give me Animal and Kofi. How about that? I'll take that instead because Kofi is part of he's won multiple tag team championships. So part of the New Day. So I'll take that one.
All
right. I think we should probably only pick one for this one. But no, I want to see how this goes because this is going to be a good one. This group is called Cruel and Unusual Punishment.
Wait,
what you're going for is hardcore wrestlers.
Hardcore wrestlers?
Hardcore wrestlers. Cruel and Unusual Punishment because they're going to punish you every step of the way. So let's go. I know maybe all three of Mick Foley's monikers are going to get called in this.
I was easily about to say Mick Foley first, though.
Well, actually, I'm gonna start with Hardcore Holly since we know playing that game, and we picking two, right?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go out on a limb. I actually will not utilize one of Mick Foley's personalities. Give me Raven.
Ooh.
32-time hardcore champion at that.
Okay. I'll go. How about this? I'll go Al Snow and
that's what I was thinking of.
give me Al Snow and here's an underrated one for Cruel and Unusual. Steve Blackman.
Oh, that's not underrated. Steve Blackman was a dog in hardcore matches.
Yeah, Al Snow and Steve Blackman. Maybe a forgotten, not really underrated.
Because on WrestleMania 2000, I used the fuck out of Steve Blackman.
Who you got down there, Prime?
Give me what's his name? Give me is it Tommy Dreamer?
Yeah,
Tommy Dreamer's a good one.
ECW legend, yeah.
And give me Taz.
Ooh,
that's good. I wanted to throw Sandman in there, and I was like, nah.
I was thinking Sandman for a second.
But Raven gets forgotten about, so I was like, let's make sure people don't forget.
By the way, my honorable mention would probably be one of the more underrated hardcore legends. I was going to go Maven at first, but I thought of Steve. So Maven is enough. Maven was a man. The first Tough Enough winner. He was definitely tough enough to be in hardcore matches. All right. Here's one, y'all. I think this one is going to be probably the easiest for us to come across. This one is called The Rushmores. I'm pretty sure y'all can understand what The Rushmores is.
How many we picking?
2. Do you want to pick more than 2?
No, nope, I had to ask. Rushmore is 4, so I had to make sure.
Well, yeah.
All right, so just two off of the Mount Rushmore, 2 just.
Yep, just 2. Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna build a team of 6, but 2 apiece.
Okay. Cool. We're gonna do this. Well, I'm gonna start with Dwayne Johnson or The Rock or the Brahma Bull or whatever you want to call him, and I will follow that up with. Give me The Undertaker.
All right. You want to go or you want me to go?
Go ahead. You go ahead.
You picked The Rock and you said The Undertaker?
Mm-hmm. He did.
They were my favorite tag team on WrestleMania 2000. That's what I used to use all the time. So let's not make this any harder than it needs to be. Give me John Cena. And people might not agree with this, but he's definitely on my list. I'm not going to pick Stone Cold because I'm pretty sure that's part of one of Prime's picks. But I'm going to pick the person I call the GOAT of SmackDown because after The Rock was gone and Brock Lesnar was gone, they needed somebody to carry SmackDown, and that guy is none other than Latino Heat himself, Eddie Guerrero.
Oh, for a second, I thought you were about to say Kurt Angle. I was about to say, wait a minute.
No. I love Kurt Angle.
He was a massive part of the Ruthless Aggression era because he did help John Cena become what John Cena became. But no, that's good. Eddie Guerrero was huge.
Well, since
Eddie Guerrero was so over, it was ridiculous.
Well, since you love Stone Cold there for me, I'll take Stone Cold Steve Austin, and I'll follow that up with Triple H.
Nice.
I think we hit all them nails on the head with that one.
Yeah. Somebody out there, one of them older fans are probably screaming, "What about Hulk Hogan?" Not on my Mount Rushmore. Sorry.
No.
He wouldn't be.
No, he's too stale for me.
I would put Brock on my Mount Rushmore before I put him. All right.
Yeah.
I think y'all are gonna love this one. This one is called Above the Apron. We're going to build a stable of high flyers.
Hey.
Above the Apron.
We're going to build I actually came up with the name for Above the Apron. So this is the only one I came up with.
Above the Apron. I'm with it. Well, you can't have Above the Apron without the King of Extreme himself. So obviously Jeff Hardy is going to make that first and foremost.
Yeah.
That's the easy one. I'm going to see if I can come up. I'll use a more newer style one. And give me no, I don't like him as much as I thought I did. You know what? Give me Rey Mysterio. He doesn't get the credit. He did a lot of high flying early in his career, especially in WCW.
I wanted to go first. I was gonna say Rey anyways.
Rey was gonna be my first pick. Oh man.
That's what happens when great minds think alike.
Yeah.
All right. You wanna go? You want me to go?
You can go. Are we picking one? Are we picking one?
No, I'm picking two.
Oh, two. About to say
yeah.
You keep sounding
give me
no, I did too. I had Jeff Hardy first.
Oh, you Jeff Hardy. Got you.
Give me give me RVD and Jimmy Snuka Fly.
Damn it. That was my next one. Damn it.
Hey man, Jimmy did that. Hey,
yes,
fly,
bro.
the fly off the cake.
Oh, man, I get that. Hey, Jimmy Fly, that was my dude.
Yeah, so let me see. I gotta start thinking kind of some high flyers around here.
We're not letting you go last no more.
I mean, honestly, I can throw a current high flyer. I can throw Ricochet in there.
I can do
Ricochet.
Shit, the Attitude Era full of high flyers. Like,
yeah, I'm trying to think. That's what I'm trying to think of. Like, who's a high flyer from the Attitude Era that I can just think of off rip?
Matt Hardy's still out there.
Was Matt Hardy really? I guess you could throw.
Jeff was more the Daredevil, but
yeah, I'm more seeing Jeff doing the Daredevil stuff than Matt.
You know, somebody is not thought of as a high flyer who could possibly be in there. Eddie Guerrero, of course, but somebody that doesn't get their due as a high flyer because they didn't have a lot of over the top moves off the rope and stuff is Edge. Edge did some crazy shit off them ladders, dude.
Yeah,
dude, the iconic spear on Jeff.
I mean, shit, my two can be. Ricochet. Would y'all consider Shelton Benjamin a high flyer? Because he was doing some.
Benjamin's a good pick.
Shelton Benjamin's a great pick.
I don't know why I just thought about that. He was doing some crazy shit off top rope.
My honorable mention will be Shane McMahon.
Oh,
because we know.
Yeah, and then
you know what? My honorable mention would be a more recent new rapper. I'm a wrestler. I'd go Logan Paul.
Yeah, that's a good one. Especially with the going Instagram live and that was pretty epic.
Of course, we can't do one we can't build a faction without dedicating one to this particular group. Women amongst girls. Women amongst girls. So let's have them. Who's going in this group?
Well, I'm gonna let Prom go first.
I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna do Karen and I'm gonna do Bianca and I'm gonna do China.
Woo!
I'll go last on this one.
Okay. I'm going Jackie and Lita.
I am going on a limb. I'm gonna go Nikki Bella.
Oh, good pick.
There's obviously reasons for that, and then to keep it, and then I'm gonna go Beth Phoenix. Like you can't not have a list of any kind like that without Beth Phoenix on there.
For sure.
And then Trish will be my honorable mention.
My honorable mention would probably been Rhea.
My honorable mention would be Nia Jax.
I noticed nobody put Charlotte on this list.
Yeah, well, Charlotte benefits from the legacy thing for me too much. So
yeah, facts.
100%. Last but not least, we can't leave out the little guys, the little giants. This one is dedicated to cruiserweights everywhere. This is dedicated to cruiserweights. Cruiserweight.
All right. Well, give me Crash Holly first.
God damn, man.
That's the first one that comes to mind. And
Lord.
I know I just be taking shit from you, don't know. Sounds like we do our fantasy drafts all over again.
Yes, it does.
My second one, actually, he gonna make this list twice. Give me Rey Mysterio.
Of course.
You can't not have him on a list like this.
I was thinking Ray as well. I was thinking Ray and damn, what's his name? What's his name that was rolling with Bobby Lashley in the
Leo Rush.
Leo Rush, but not him. But it was the other faction they had started with MVP.
Oh, with the Hurt Business.
Yes, what was his name? I can't remember.
Oh, not Shelton Benjamin, but I know which one you're talking about.
Damn,
I can see this dude's face, and I can't think of his name.
I can't too. That's he probably got like a normal ass name too, and we just can't remember.
Yeah.
Cedric Alexander.
Okay.
He got two first names.
Yeah. Who was your second one?
I was just picking Ray Cedric. I was gonna do Ray. Just repeat. I ain't about to sit there and think of a whole list of cruiserweights off the top of my head.
I'm gonna go. Shit. That damn Crash Holly really fucked me up because that was my guy. Okay, I'm gonna go. Give me. I didn't think this one was gonna be that hard because he took both of mine. So.
It's all right. I got honorable mention whenever you're done too.
Give me Hurricane Helms and X-Pac.
My honorable mention is Spike Dudley.
Oh, that's a good one.
Spike Dudley took all the bumps because boy, Brock Lesnar used to massacre that man.
I seen a video where Brock threw him over ropes and that nigga hit his head on the damn ground.
Yeah.
Hey, Spike took some bumps, dog, and I was like, how is this man still alive? Like, if that man ain't got a disability rating from WWE, I don't know what is.
Hey man, Spike is that crazy white boy in school that you just see doing the jackass shit.
And then some. Him and Jeff Hardy had to be best friends with the shit they was doing.
Man,
they might have went skiing together, but we ain't gonna talk about that right now.
There it is, the faction building crossover.
That
prime time, that caught you off guard. But see, the whole point was for everybody just to pick one.
Yeah.
Joseph never messaged back, and he never came on. I don't know what happened.
I blame Cam for being stuck at work.
Well, I blame the go just for not showing up.
Well, I talked to him. He had some business to take care of, so he's cool. He got a pass in my book for that one.
Okay.
But
you go. I apologize. You got a pass in gentleman's talk.
He really don't apologize disrespectfully. He does not apologize.
I do. I don't.
But ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. This roundtable of highly intelligent WWE fans who ironically all live in Texas, who will all be at Raw before Money in the Bank because it's happening.
That day for Raw is on my birthday, so your boy will be celebrating 30th at Raw.
For SummerSlam, right? Money in the Bank?
Yes, we already established this. July 1st.
Well, you said before Money in the Bank.
No. Yeah, the Raw before.
I thought it was the Raw before SummerSlam.
Is that June 30th? No, it's June 30th. Yeah, and it's June 30th and July 1st is Money in the Bank.
But I thought
it's Raw in July.
Raw is July 31st.
Okay, so it is before summer. So it's still a week before SummerSlam, which is August 5th. So we do know those 2 dates. Either way, I'm not gonna say super early birthday yet because it's way too early to tell you happy birthday. But that man gonna turn 30 at Raw. It's gonna be some live on location happening. Right. So be ready for that. Last time we was live on location, it was for NCAA Fan Fest. That hoe was live, so you know it's gonna be live at Raw. No different. So that is how we gonna close out this fantastic show. Of course, just like you see in the title, you can see it. The CEO of Hoochie Daddies Incorporated Houston chapter. I am me.
Normally, I would say leader of the Baby Mama Steelers, but today I am co-CEO of the Fuck Around and Find Out Club because of work.
Oh my God!
Oh yeah, you missed that story before you came in, Prime.
Yeah, and also I'm DJ Primetime. Before you close out, I wanted to make a big announcement that I haven't.
Yeah, man, let's get it.
As I don't know if you might know GQ. I am starting my own podcast called Club.
Hey,
I am looking forward to starting releasing the first episode August 14th. So
August before my birthday. I like that.
August 14th will be the first episode. Hopefully, I can get you guys on there. We can have some fun on that thing.
Yeah, man. Let us know.
It's gonna be some special shit I'm about to do on the podcast game.
So tell everybody where they can find you at on social media and where they can find the upcoming podcast as well.
All right, so you can find me. You can follow my personal Instagram, DJ Primetime 2_. Also, you can follow the podcast Instagram. It's Club Primetime Podcast. It's pretty long. Basically on the podcast Instagram page, I'll be posting basically, just whatever we're gonna be talking about on the podcast. The different thing, like what I want to do on the podcast is, like the first episode basically is gonna be an NCAA style bracket for artists. Basically, I'm gonna pick an artist for that week for the podcast. So it might be just like whatever day I do that. Like I said, the first episode is August 14th. I'm doing Kanye West episode. I'm picking basically top 16, top 32 Kanye West songs, and whoever I have on the show that day, we're gonna go through the list and pick basically best track.
I need to be there. I need to be there for that. So I'm definitely that's going to my calendar.
Once I get ready to start recording, I'm gonna send you the invite, dog. Let you get in anything, dog.
So I can tell you, are you doing that by yourself? Do you have a co-host or is it just you?
I'm doing it by myself, but I'm opening up. Basically, only reason I'm doing it by myself because I'm opening it up to everybody to be on it. I'm allowing as many people, whoever want to get on it, though, I'm letting everybody get on it, and we're gonna do the damn thing on this.
Okay, so there's definitely going to be a From the Sidelines Gentleman Talk Club Primetime crossover because we have some similar ideas in regards to music that you already about to do on your show. So when we make this thing, like when we get to some of these bigger artists, like somebody like Wayne, we could do 64 tracks.
Dog,
we might have to steal that mug.
I already been working on my Wayne track, my Wayne one, dog. And so, I was like, bro, I'm gonna have to make 2 brackets for Wayne. And I thought about it.
You can do 64, cut it 32 on your show, and then we can finish off on this one and do 32 because we can bring Moo in for that because Moo is a big Wayne guy too. That could be a massive crossover show.
You could do regular Wayne, dog. You could do regular Wayne album tracks or like regular Wayne
underground Wayne.
You could do mixtape, bro. Like it's oh my god, like that's what I was done. I was sitting there doing that shit, like bro.
I was gonna say split it to album and mixtape.
Dog, that's what I'm saying. I might have to.
Yeah.
I might have to.
I mean, you got 10 tracks just off of Drought 4, like just off of Drought 4. Bro.
And then Wayne got some tracks on him, man. It's hard to just pick strictly 32 tracks. I might have to just split. We can do that. I can do one on mine. We can do one over here.
Yeah. I'm with it.
I'm 100% with that.
That Kanye West one though, I gotta come on for that one. That's my guy.
Yeah, that one will be fun.
I'll let you come on for that one, dog.
Yeah. So y'all be looking out for that coming soon. It's gonna be another collaboration because that's what we do around here. We collaborate. We make things happen. We do what we got to do. So with that beautiful thing being said, Prom, as always, bro, we appreciate you coming on, talking all things WWE with us.
Yes,
and
sir.
Best of wishes to you on that upcoming podcast. Make sure y'all check that out. Make sure y'all follow that man. Shout out to the chat for being great. Make sure y'all following From the Sidelines on everywhere you can catch all of your podcasts. Catch us on iHeartRadio. We live and in color. Make sure you like and subscribe us on that YouTube game as well. And we out.
When I'm in my zone, I feel like I'm alone. I feel like I'm unknown to the world that's full of clones. My originality's focused on principalities broken. I'm lonely. My